How on a day today? I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending on where you're listening to the sound of my voice. This is the Biafra Superstars Media. My people, this one they call RENO OMOKRI, or RENO OMOKRI. A man that has mockery in his name, it's inevitable that you expect him to act the way he's acting. RENO is now, trying to tell around what this man said. The former Prime Minister of Britain, Boris Johnson, where he said Nigeria is safe. He feels very secure in Nigeria. He's saying these things, but in Britain, as we heard now, they are fighting Islam. They say they don't want Sharia in Britain. But when your slave master comes around, he will insult you. He will discuss that, oh, we give them the best, and what they give us are whiskey. In the 21st century, this man is describing what they export to Nigeria, what you Nigerian clowns are looking for. And he said they export lots of whiskey to Nigeria. And every Tom, Dick, and Harry were clapping, they were smiling, hee, ha, ha, in Imo State. So Reno don't quickly jump into the bandwagon. Upload this thing you are seeing here with this picture that he took some years ago. And he's saying here, Lord have mercy. Thank you, former Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, Mr. Boris Johnson, for reiterating what I have always publicly maintained. Nigeria, like any other country, has its security challenges, but by and large, we are a secure country that offers the best travel experience to tourists and amazing business opportunities to investors. Reno Omokri, a man who went all the way to America, Chicago to be more precise, to expose Jagaban Tinubu, called him a drug dealer, called him a certificate forger. But the moment the money came dangling on his face, the moment he was wooed by Tinubu, he came and he spoke a new language. Reno Omokri. People, when they take people like this serious, I pity on her. People taking animals like this serious. A riffraff, a jobless idiot. A man who made his money from Bitcoin. When Bitcoin was selling for $2,000, $3,000. People like this, they invested in it. And now that Bitcoin is about 100 and something thousand, he's now a millionaire, and he's now playing to the gallery, but he's jobless. So he feels the best way of doing things is for him to remain in America while he cajole your politicians, your functioning illiterate politicians. And they fall for it. They see him as a spin doctor. They see him as the one to spin the narrative, and the rest of them. Look at him here discussing with Boris Johnson. As you all know, Reno Omokri is somebody that not to be taken serious. But unfortunately in Nigeria, you guys, you believe everything you see on TV. You believe what you read on social media. You see this guy as somebody who's a man without integrity. You respect him because he brings the tribal sentiments to things, tribalism and the rest of them. He brings it into play. Because of that, you guys, you believe in him. You are happy with him because he's coming with psychology to attack a particular tribe. You guys want to ride with him. He's so lucky. If not that, Goodluck Jonathan is somebody I respect so much. He's a good man to an extent, Goodluck Jonathan. I for open the nyash of this idiot you are seeing here. The business he is dealing with, or the business is helping to manage for Goodluck Jonathan. Not in Nigeria, not in Africa, not in Europe, not in America, but somewhere. I won't go more than that because it is Goodluck Jonathan that is involved. And as the saying goes, You don't throw away the baby and the bathwater. And you cannot cut off your nose just to spite your face. So this guy, when they respect, now they form my hand. You Nigerians, I've told you guys, a country where they still pray to God for daily bread, it means you are still in a backward and stone age, archaic way of life. For the fact in Nigeria, your prayer point is to pray to God to give you your daily bread. It tells me you guys, you are not mature intellectually. You are still dealing with the flesh. Hunger is still a problem. And in any country where hunger is the problem, it means you cannot have critical thinkers in such a country, because to think critically, it will burn fuel. It's like trying to mine, a cryptocurrency. It burns fuel. And you cannot be hungry to be a critical thinker. That's why in your country called Nigeria, you guys, you are still after the flesh. You are still trying to, to support your well-being, your welfare. A country where there is no light, no water, no road, no health care, no job, no food. A being power, we are hungry. A country where you praise a politician for saying he has built a road, a flyover. You praise them. Something that should be the basic function of their job. But you praise them, you vote them back into power because they claim they have built a road, they have built a flyover bridge. They've built a bus station, they've brought in train or tram from America to your city. And to you guys, it is a milestone and you respect them. It tells me mentally, psychologically, you guys, you're not ready to compete among the leagues of nations in the 21st century. When they say Nigeria has a problem with stomach infrastructure, that's true. That's why your politicians can pay you 3,000 naira to buy your votes, and you will now serve for 4 years. It means someone is paying you for a service that will punish you for 4 years. You guys aren't ready. Now, to come to this man called Boris Johnson, we don't forget. Someone like me, I don't forget things. It was under his watch that NNAMDI KANU was kidnapped from Kenya. And when it happened, we saw what he did. He said nothing about it. Where a British subject, a black British, was kidnapped by Nigeria in Kenya. That should have made an international news around the whole world. If Britain was really, really right, real, if their hands were not involved in it, that would have made an international news. The same way Umaru Diko during the 80s was a major news and a major blow for Nigeria. It tarnished the relationship between Britain and Nigeria. But because Boris Johnson's house was involved, they want to maintain their one Nigeria. They feel this boy is exposing, NNAMDI KANU was exposing their plans. And they want to find a way to shut him down, because this thing called Islamization, it was a plan hatched by Britain. Way back, they gave the blessings that the Nigerian Zoo government can do what they want to do. That the Fulani Cabal can carry on with the Islamization process of Nigeria. Which was why Lord David Cameron, when he mentioned that he has discussed with all the Islamic countries, and when he mentioned them, Nigeria was one of the countries mentioned as part of the critical stakeholders of the Islamic countries that had a discussion with Britain in terms of the affairs of Israel and Palestine. So when NNAMDI KANU was kidnapped from Kenya, something strange happened. We saw Boris Johnson. He invited the president of Nigeria and the president of Kenya to a discussion in Britain. When that happened, I knew he was discussing, oh man, you guys did a good job, and all those things about kidnapping NNAMDI KANU. Because to Britain, their investment, their number one investment called Nigeria, the Royal Niger Company, that changed a name. Oh my God. It changed a name. A company became, oh my God, a country. That was the biggest coup carried out by Britain, where a company became a country. And in the company, you have a manager and you have a CEO. And somehow Britain now passed that role of manager to the Fulani cabal, where he told them they were born to rule. They were born to manage the company. They were born to be those responsible for the day-to-day affairs of Nigeria. So when we saw that video of Buhari and the president of Kenya discussing with Boris Johnson, I knew that Britain had a hand in it, in the kidnap of NNAMDI KANU. Because it makes no sense that a British citizen, the #2 country in the world, perhaps, would have their citizen kidnapped in Kenya by Nigeria, a third world country, an underdeveloping country like Nigeria, went to Kenya to kidnap a British citizen, and Britain said nothing about it.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.
The United Kingdom, that is President Uhuru Kenyatta, and he's held bilateral talks with the British Prime Minister Boris Johnson, and that is on the second day of the Kenyan leader's official visit to the United Kingdom. The leaders met at Chequers, which is the Prime Minister's official country residence in Buckinghamshire, and they discussed the deepening of Kenya-UK historic ties as well as explored new avenues of bilateral cooperation. Prime Minister Johnson reiterated his administration's commitment to continue working with Kenya in expanding British business footprints in Africa so as to reclaim the declining volumes of UK investment on the continent. President Kenyatta and his host also spoke about the COVID-19 pandemic and the growing challenge of access to vaccines for Kenya and the rest of the developing world. The United Kingdom will donate some 817,000 AstraZeneca vaccines to Kenya as part of the deal.
Saying NNAMDI KANU is guilty of what he did. You guys are somehow blind to what is really happening, what transpired in the case of NNAMDI KANU. This guy was peaceful. In 2015, he was arrested. In 2017, he had his bail. He was enjoying his bail, while the Buhari government chose to try to come with a radical element of NNAMDI KANU. And they sent their military to the home of NNAMDI KANU to kill him in 2017. Now, when you punch somebody, you don't tell the person how to respond. They came to kill him. In the process, 28 people lost their lives in the home of NNAMDI KANU. And by sheer luck, he escaped. So I want you to watch this small video of NNAMDI KANU explaining how it all happened in his home. This video was done while he was in Israel. A man who they came to kill in his house, and in the process, 28 people lost their life, and the dog, Jack, died in the process. His dog, because they assumed he changed into a dog. And they killed that dog for no reason. Animal cruelty. Watch the video, and I hope you will learn from this. That the victim here is NNAMDI KANU. The aggressor is Nigeria. They have always been. But you all pretend not to see what happened. You left the beginning of the problem and you want to judge NNAMDI KANU towards the end. Watch it and I'll come back.
I arrived in Nigeria in Lagos on the 14th of October 2015 and I was arrested from London. I was arrested for demanding for freedom for my people because I run Radio Biafra in London and the authorities didn't like it. Then I had to go down to, I had to go home basically to see my people, and they arrested me and kept me locked away for 19 months.
19 months?
Yes, despite 2 court judgments to set me free. They took me to court and the court...
More than a year and a half in custody?
Absolutely.
And then what happened?
Trial. And then they eventually granted me bail with very stringent conditions. When I came out, I continued to speak to my people. I continued to practice my Judaism, my Jewish faith. And one day they came to my house to kill me. The Nigerian army came to my house to kill me.
What was it like? I mean,
I wouldn't wish anybody to go through it. They killed 28 people in the process.
how many?
28 people died.
By the attempt to kill you.
To kill me, they killed 28 people.
How come they killed 28 people and they didn't get to you?
Because my people evacuated me before they could get to my bedroom.
And then you flew away?
Then they took me away and smuggled me out of Nigeria. I needed some time to recover, which I did, and then I had to make my way to Israel.
I see you're very excited.
Amatasha, show me the law. Amatasha, show me the law. Amatasha, show me the law, show me the law, show me the law. Amatasha, show me the law, show me the law, show me the law. Amatasha, show me the law, show me the law, show me the law. Amatasha, show me the law, show me the law, show me the law. Amatasha, show me the law. Amatasha, show me the law. Amatasha, show me the law, show me the law. Amatasha, show me the law, show me the law. Amatasha, show me the law, show me the law, show me the law. Amatasha, show me the law, show me the law, show me the law.